Alrighty here. Looks like we are live now. Hello, everybody. This is Logan coming live from Richmond, Virginia. We are about to stream the 2025 UFL Championship, the DC Defenders and the Michigan Panthers. I'm sure this is going to be weird to a lot of y'all. You probably aren't used to seeing me like for an extended period of time because I'm more like make my videos based off of like shorts and all this stuff. So this is like a new thing I'm trying here. I might try to do some live streams once in a while. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Anyways, dust that off. Okay. So yeah, the game's about to start in like 2 minutes. So personally, I'm streaming this off of ESPN. Hey, what's up, bro? Devin Clamp, that's my brother. Hey, bro, who's winning tonight, DC or Michigan? Who you got? Although, I had to rep my Birmingham Stallions, though, all the time. Yeah, so who you got winning, bro? Alrighty. Yep, should start any minute, so go for DC. Yep, I love that, man. Go for the beer snake. That's right, beer snake. Let's go. Yeah, so it's about to come on any second. Yeah, it's crazy. I would have been at that game, DC and Birmingham, because Birmingham came to DC in week 1. I couldn't be there, but they ended up beating us anyways. So, yeah. Honestly, I would have went, but crap. There we go. Any minute. Let's see. Try another stream here because there's like 2 options here. Oh, 3 options. There we go. All right, that's the one I was just on. I can watch it in Spanish. So yeah, that's cool. Cool. Either or. Yeah, honestly, DC, I mean, they lost their head coach before week 1, Reggie Barlow, but Shannon Harris stepped in and he just lit it up, man. Although the Michigan Panthers have Bryce Perkins at quarterback, who's from UVA back in 2019, and he just won MVP of the league. And we knew how special he was because I used to be a Virginia fan back in the day. Now I'm a Richmond fan, But yeah, anyways, so we got a good matchup here. Let me see if I can find a good spot.
I come out here to show them you can chase any dream. Don't ever give up. We right here, man. Yeah. I'm gonna play for you. I'm gonna play for you. Yes, sir. Yeah,
this is nuts. St. Louis calling, bro.
But they're not up. And they do it. Let's finish it.
We got one more now. We're excited to have another week to play. We're going to play hard. We're going to play fast. We're going to play physical.
We're not trying on my way.
I will give up your half already. The DC Defender team is for real.
Chris Rowland. I'm really surprised Chris Rowland never got signed anywhere, though. Hey. St. Louis.
Welcome to St. Louis, where tonight 2 teams with players who have such a true love for the game try to conquer the thing that matters most of all, a championship. The Dome at America Center, home to the 2025 UFL Championship game, presented by Underdog. And the 2 best offenses in the UFL, the 2 best quarterbacks, the XFL Conference champs who advance, the DC Defenders, the USFL Conference champs who advance in the bracket, the Michigan Panthers. The winner takes the crown to close out this successful second season of these merged pro football leagues in the spring. The final moments of prep for the 2 men who will determine much on this title-seeking night. Jordan Ta'amu, the statistical king of the UFL, the dynamic DC Defenders quarterback. Bryce Perkins, Michigan's man, just named the MVP of the entire UFL. As we say good evening, everybody.
A lot of people say Jordan Ta'amu got snubbed.
Jordan Rogers, Sam Acho, Tom Luganville, they're down on the field.
Ta'amu might get his revenge, though.
We'll say hello to them in a
It's going to
moment.
lead DC
These
to that
rosters
championship
are
for
filled
real.
with players who have NFL experience. They were big-time college stars. Some of them even have Super Bowl rings. But you spend time with
Yeah,
them
boy,
this
Bryce
week, and they will
Perkins.
tell you winning a title matters. No matter their desire, career aspirations, get back to the NFL.
Dude, Bryce Perkins
tonight
was special
matters
at UVA,
greatly.
for
No,
real.
a lot
He's like
of
the only good
regular
quarterback they
season
really
hardware was
had in
handed out in the last couple days,
decades.
but there's only one
At this
trophy
point.
that you truly earn on the field. You do it today. It's the most important trophy, the championship.
They got the contenders to do it, the quarterbacks to do it.
No doubt, best two quarterbacks in the UFL, hands down, and they do it really different. Bryce Perkins, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. He's the best dual threat quarterback in the
There
UFL.
we go.
Amazing with his legs, creating. And on the other side, Jordan Ta'amu, no hardware just yet in his trophy case, but he's the best deep ball thrower in the entire UFL, pushes it downfield, the best pure passer, and it's going to come down to which one of these two guys plays the best tonight.
Let's focus on this DC Defenders team because we were with them early in the season. I don't think there were many people that would thought they would have this strong of a year and be in shape like this. They had a coaching change just before the season started.
DC
Yeah,
is
not
really
ideal
good
to
on
change
offense this
coaches a couple of days before the first game, but Shannon Harris took over as the interim, and he injected an energy and a confidence to this DC team that has started this run that they're on right now. It's culminating in the championship game tonight.
Unprecedented access.
if the Stallions were
always
in
the
this tonight,
UFL,
I mean,
from
like,
opening up
we would
the
lose to
locker
them.
room to
I
having the
would love
players
to see
mic'd
that.
up and cameras
Defenders are,
everywhere. As you
really
see
good
the
team.
DC
They're so
Defenders, the XFL Conference champions, making their way to the field. A team that led the league in yards per game. A team that came up in the biggest spots with thrilling fourth quarter rallies. The XFL Conference champions looking to win the United Football League.
Do you like football?
I love football, coach.
Riley Moore with the spectacular.
Honestly, like, as a Commanders fan, I would love to see DC
I
win
love
this.
football, coach. We love football.
So,
He's got the win.
yeah. Because, like, I'm a Commanders fan, and we have not won a championship in my whole lifetime. I'm 27, and we've never won anything like this. Like,
Do you?
I think it was 1991 or something last time the Commanders, the Redskins, won the
Jordan
championship.
Rogers, take us through their season and size them up for us.
Well, it started out with a bang. Week one, after Shannon Harris took over, they upset the
I
three-time
want to see how
champs
many
in
people in
Birmingham.
the
And the
attendance.
energy and the focus continued throughout this season. We saw fireworks
curious.
on the offensive side, inconsistency, but talent on the defensive side. A team that earned their right to be here.
And a dominant playoff road win right here on this field. Tom Loganville's with them tonight.
Yeah, they're both ready to come out of the tunnel, Ted. You got Shannon Harris right here. DeAndre, what's the message for this football team on defense tonight?
Hey, be dominant, tackle, have fun, and go win the
They got the
championship.
shield.
man.
That's
Everybody put their
badass.
job,
I've always
we'll
loved
win
that.
easy.
It's all about the championship here for the Defenders. It's been a long time coming. The Defenders are ready to go.
They completely dominated the St. Louis Battlehawks right here. They did it, of course, with Ta'amu, but a fierce defensive effort of swarming the quarterback, and they ran the ball as well. We've got the two best teams. There's no doubt about it. And on the other side, there they are, the USFL Conference champions, the Michigan Panthers, led by former San Francisco 49ers head coach Mike Nolan, the USFL Conference champion Michigan Panthers.
I'm a big fan of Perkins. I really am.
On the run for the touchdown. It's time to protect the crown.
I'm happy if Perkins gets this ring today. I'm happy if DC gets this ring today. I mean, this is kind of a win-win for me, honestly. This is going to be a good championship.
Protect the crown.
Honestly, maybe it's good that my Stallions aren't in it this year because, like, we're just winning it every year. And I feel like maybe it was bad for the league that we were so dominant.
And Jordan, it was really
I'm okay. I'm not
interesting
these.
to watch
Somebody
this
else will
Michigan
be.
team
I really am.
grow as the season went along.
No doubt, the
I'm really
eventual
happy with
MVP Bryce Perkins
I'm proud of the
was
run that
splitting
we
time
had,
early in the
but it's
season. They
their
also
time
missed
now.
3 games later in the season, so they had to lean on a run game and they had to lean on defense, and that's the reason they're here. Consistency
Pablo.
on both sides of the football.
Former Texas Longhorn star, NFL veteran Sam Acho has closely covered the Panthers this season. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening. I'm here with all UFL lineman Ryan Nelson. Ryan, what's up with that WWE belt? What's up with Louis the Chance, baby?
Another Virginia guy there. Got some Virginia blood on that team, man.
Time. Here we go.
The championship game falls on June 14th. 250 years ago today, the United States Army came to be. With that in mind, here's public address announcer Andy Banker.
Fans, please rise if you are able for the presentation of our nation's colors. Here to present the Missouri State Highway Patrol Honor Guard. And here to perform tonight's national anthem on guitar from the band The Black Moods, please welcome Missouri native Joshua Kennedy.
Nice outfit, dude. DC Defenders fan base is live there, that's for sure. There's Tayaman. It's not a bad turnout, Panther fans, all kind of fans there.
Missouri's very own Josh Kennedy from the Black Moods. Short break, and then it's time to determine a champion. Kickoff from St. Louis when we return.
It's a okay crowd. It's not like super full, but like it's not like super empty either. I mean, there's visible seats open. But yeah, not terrible.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to SafeLight.com.
It's not like good old what's it called, Michigan? Who's not Michigan, Memphis. I
can
mean,
replace your windshield
Memphis and their average of 2,000 fans a game.
Have a good day. I love you. With flexible payment options, get fixed now and pay later. Only at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you right here in America. We're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60
really
months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo, layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
You know, I'm kind of wondering if there was like,
if you keep making
if they
that
actually
face,
announced a
it's gonna
halftime
stay
show.
like that.
Funny.
Kind of
I'm
curious.
trying to get my own car insurance.
Well, that's easy. USAA
I thought that was for the military.
and their families. Grandpa served and he joined USAA. He shared membership with your mom, so she'll give it to you.
Really?
And they'll take good
Live
care
stream
of you.
Inception.
USAA membership rates with an average of $725 annually in auto insurance.
On a warm day, you want two things. A refreshing drink with real fruit juice like Simply Spiked lemonade and a way to get cool. You can leave it open. Simply Spiked made with real fruit juice.
I'm getting 5% cash back on the monthly
Wow, we gotta
category
go
I
to
choose when I
commercials,
pay
man.
with my PayPal debit card. You gonna go? You can pay.
Honestly, cool, like actually doing a live stream.
I use PayPal to buy this ticket, paying it off over
I don't think I've done a true live stream before, so this will be like my first.
You can pay.
I'm so used to like the short format or just the video
More
clip
savings,
format.
more flexibility. The rewarding and trusted way to pay. PayPal.
Countless yesterdays, filled with hard work, inspired by big dreams, led to this chance.
Today's the day. Not tomorrow. We ain't worried about nothing but today.
Every man arriving at this moment is out to earn or make a return to the NFL.
I want to show everyone that I'm along so I can keep chasing the dream.
And they show just how much and how they got here. Tom, who wants to hit one day, touchdown defenders. Come on, right into the end zone. Panthers roaring.
How we get it, we built for the bottom, was down, but we letting it back. Pushing the pedal right down in the middle, you know that we do to the max.
I come out here to show them you can chase any dream. No matter what it is, don't ever give up.
The ultimate goal is to win a championship. That's why we play the game.
Yeah, we don't play around.
We just got the dog.
We just play the game.
Now let's do it. Let's finish it.
This hope-filled league shines a light on believing, on striving, on never giving up.
Put that crown on my head.
It's time for the UFL Championship.
What a beautiful trophy.
St. Louis for the championship game. 10 weeks in one conference championship game. These two teams battle to be in this position. Referee Brian Banks has the coin toss at midfield.
DC, you're the visitors. Therefore, you'll get to call the toss. Today, we're using a commemorative coin. The team logos will be heads. The underdog logo will be tails. What's your call? Tails? Jack, give us a flip. It's tails. DC has won the toss. They've elected to defer. Michigan will take the ball, correct? Which way would you like to kick?
So we get to see Bryce Perkins take it
All right,
first.
gentlemen. Good luck.
The MVP and the former
So
Virginia
DC
Cavalier.
wins. They elected the first, so the MVP is going to be out there to open up this game. Aaron Dolan has done a great job with us all season long as our in-game betting analyst. And Aaron, I know you said to us yesterday, these two offenses, we could have a record-setting total here for this one.
That's correct. The total is all the way up to 52.5. That is the highest total in UFL history. And the public is liking the over for tonight, which isn't surprising considering
Really
these
hoping for an
offenses have been
explosive
great for the entire
Like,
season.
honestly, the
And I want to highlight
2022
Bryce
USFL
Perkins. His anytime
championship
touchdown prop is the
between
most bet on
Birmingham
player
Stallions
prop
and
for
Philadelphia
tonight,
Stars.
including the
Final score was
postseason. He
33
has
to
6
30.
rushing touchdowns, which is tied for
That
the
was
most
an
by any
incredible
quarterback in the
Both
league.
teams got
He's
backup
leading the Panthers
quarterbacks. It
tonight
was
as a
incredible.
3-point favorite. And of course, the public's on the Panthers as well. So like the over as well as the Panthers. And there's some live lines available on ESPN Bet right now that you guys can check out.
Great stuff, Aaron. Of course, the Offensive Player of the Year, the MVP, is Bryce Perkins. Tom Luganville is with DC head coach Shannon Harris.
Thank you very much, Tess. Now, Coach, I know you're going to tell me
Harris.
this is just another game, but you just had the opportunity to address your team for a championship as a head coach of the DC Defenders. What did you tell them?
Yeah, I just told them to embrace this moment. And to that point, yes, it is another game, but we got to make sure that
I like
we
him.
understand
I like
that
Shannon Harris.
everything that we've done thus far,
He really stepped up
until
when
this moment,
Reggie
is
Barlow
over with.
left.
Now we got one game to play this for a championship. We got to go out there and lay it all out on the line.
All right, good luck.
He's
man.
a good
Appreciate it.
coach.
Thank you. All right. One thing to keep a note on with DC on offense tonight, they've got to have success on first and second down against Michigan, which is the #1 ranked rush defense in the UFL. Sam Macho, what do you have?
I'm here with head coach Mike Nolan. Coach Nolan, you've been to multiple
Mike
Super
Nolan, gotta
Bowls,
have
multiple
him,
championships.
respect as
Haven't
well.
been able to pull one out. How do you do it tonight?
Oh, well, look, it's going to be two very good football teams going head to head, and we'll let the game take, wherever it goes with us. But I think we just got to play it within ourselves, not give up any plays by bad mistakes, things like that. But I believe it's the same for both teams. The cleaner team, the cleaner game, I think is going to be the winner.
Thanks so much, Coach. And quick note about this game. So Bryce Perkins, quarterback for Michigan, won all UFL. He won Offensive Player of the Year, and he won League MVP. The quarterback on the other side, Jordan Ta'amu, didn't. And so it's a little bit of animosity in offense from DC side. Over to you,
I think that's going to light a fire under Ta'amu.
Access with DC quarterback Jordan Ta'amu.
Hey, Perkins got all the accolades, but you never know. Ta'amu might get that championship.
We prepared all year for this. This is a championship. What we've been
I mean, honestly, though, these teams, they both really deserve to be here today. It's like I'm really happy for both of them and their fan bases for sure. Absolutely.
I love you, boys. Let's go win this. Come on.
That's a good leader up there.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
He's been through it. Everything with these spring leagues. This man is like a spring legend. I would love to see him get a ring.
Yeah, Acho mentioned a little animosity, maybe a little revenge game for Jordan Ta'amu.
Love to have him in Birmingham,
the UFL in passing touchdowns. His head coach got some hardware. Coach of the Year, his offensive coordinator did as well. He's got something to prove tonight. He's going to have to do it against the league MVP, Bryce Perkins.
Here we go. Second year of the Merge Pro Spring Football Leagues. Across the board, there was so much talent in this league this year. They got the two best teams out there to determine it. Here is Xavier Malone on the return, as Malone dives ahead out to about the 32-yard line. All right, here comes the MVP, and what a football journey it's been for Bryce Perkins.
Yeah, started at Arizona State, then bounced to the JUCO ranks, and then to Virginia, and a couple years with Sean McVay and the LA Rams, where he won a Super Bowl. So a guy that has started games in the NFL, has that experience, and the talent with his legs is what jumps out. We mentioned Jordan Ta'amu and the defenders want to throw the ball. Bryce Perkins and the Michigan Panthers want to get the ground game going with Toa and with Bryce Perkins' legs.
Super Bowl champion, MVP of the UFL, Offensive Player of the Year. He's special, man. His style is just like insane.
Gets it quickly into space to Turner, and Turner able to spin free for an extra couple of yards.
About 5 yards there.
Let's look at our impact players from this
I
matchup.
mentioned the importance of the ground game for Michigan. Running back Toa, 21 carries last week, 3 touchdowns. He's the heartbeat of this offense. And Siosi Mariner led the UFL in receiving yards during the regular season. Didn't do much last week. Had something to prove. And on the other side, the best defensive front in the UFL, led by Derek Roberson and Joe Wallace, two guys that were both in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, Perkins and left tackle Ryan Nelson, both from Virginia together.
2nd and 5. Just hooking up with Turner
First
again,
down.
and that's a first down. So Malik
49-yard
Turner, 2 for 2 to
Malik
start
Turner.
the game.
And seeing a couple passes here early from Michigan. Those are RPOs. So they got a really good offensive line. Ryan Nelson, Cole Cabral, both guys that were all UFL this year. They want to put the ball in the running back's gut and then let Bryce Perkins decide where the advantage is on defense. And already a couple times, DC loading the box and leaving those RPO, those run pass options open on the outside.
Dude, Perkins is the king of RPO, really. Man, he perfected that. All right, Perk, what you got, boy? Come on, man.
Empty set now for Perkins.
He was so fun to watch in college.
And once again,
Turner.
3 straight completions for Malik Turner.
Dude, Turner's
a week
cooking.
ago had the play of the game when he had a 76-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and watch the attention that Anthony Hines is going to take to Bryce
That's about,
Perkins.
what,
Anytime
10,
he
11
drops
yard
back, you
pickup?
got to worry about his legs, but you can't forget about Malik Turner right behind him.
Michigan's
It's a great
piecing
read by
together a
Bryce
good drive so
Perkins
far.
when everybody's worried about him running the football.
Toa as he sprints ahead. He was a big part of the success last week at Birmingham with 3 rushing touchdowns.
And offensive coordinator Marcel Belfay, longtime CFL coach. So you see a lot of movement, a lot of motion from these wide receivers. And even more important today versus this matchup with the DC defenders, because they like to play a lot of man press coverage, a lot of pre-snap motion to try to create an advantage for this offense.
Yeah, I hope y'all can hear that. I'm sure y'all can, but
Toa
Cow.
As he cuts back and then is met at the 35-yard line.
Here, let's turn up some.
Go. No.
Blake Williams is the defensive coordinator for DC. His father, the veteran Greg Williams, who was in this position, and Blake has done a very good job taking over and guiding this team to this point.
Yeah, he's got an aggressive personality as a. Something about the UFL that's special. They all work out in the same facility. Blake Williams saw Bryce Perkins in the elevator a few times. Said, "Hey, we're going to throw the kitchen sink at you tomorrow night." Let's see if they do it.
2nd and 7. As McCrary.
Oh, that was a gorgeous breakaway to left.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Michigan Panthers on the board first.
A 35-yard touchdown run for Nate McCrary.
Well,
35 yards.
Block here on the outside by
That was just
Gunnar
beautiful
Oaks.
blocking
He's
by
going
this
to get
offensive
Malik
line.
Fisher, and he's going to seal that hole.
Yeah, he
And
found
then
that
Ryan
hole,
Nelson
and he
works up
just-
the linebacker, and there's
he took
nobody
off.
left for Nate McCrary. And Nate
Wow,
McCrary, a guy that was a
Michigan,
healthy
good early
scratch
momentum
last
there.
week. They decided to go with Matthew Colbert instead of McCrary. McCrary 5th in the UFL in rushing yards this year. Got something to prove today, and he did it early.
Ortho home defense conversion attempt as they go for one. Remember, in the UFL, you can have a 1-point, 2-point, or 3-point conversion. There are no extra points kicked.
With 11 and a half minutes left in the first quarter.
McCrary. That big offensive line is trying to
Short.
road grade their way, but they're going to mark him just short.
So Michigan will lead
What
6-0.
a start for this offense. 6 plays, 67 yards. Perkins and Turner hooked it up. As this was how close they were on the conversion here, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a big physical offensive line, and they're trying to push forward there at the last second. You know, a lot of teams are opting for this 1 point as opposed to the 2 or 3 point. Not able to punch it in there.
They opened up with 3 straight passes completed, then 3 straight runs. McCrary with a 35-yard touchdown. 2025 UFL Championship presented by Underdog is brought to you by Progressive. Protect your auto, home, and business today at progressive.com. Jordan Ta'amu, he led the UFL in touchdown passes. He'll be out there with the defenders when we return to St. Louis.
All right, Sam, let's see what you got, man. Bring it back for the district,
Hey,
man.
it's Harvey.
Come on.
Harvey.
Guilty as charged. Weekend in the RV. How was the light, Harvey? Catch any walleye?
Yeah, like I said, as a Commanders fan, I'd love to see a football title back
All I ever wanted
in
was
the district.
cool
That'd be
boss with
amazing.
RV and a fun nickname. Now I should know what a
But
walleye
then again,
is.
you know, Detroit deserves one too,
Hey, all
because
that
the
matters is
Lions
that you
haven't won
bundled
an
your RV
NFL
and boat with your
championship
home
since
and auto
the
insurance.
50s.
And got great savings and coverage.
So really,
Expert
either
offers.
or, this is just a big win
With the decor.
for either team here.
Way
Like I said, they both really deserve to be
On a
here.
warm day, you want 2 things. A refreshing drink made with real fruit juice like Simply Spiked Lemonade and a
What did they say,
way to get cool.
1957? Last time the Lions won the NFL
You can leave
championship.
it open. Simply Spiked, made with real fruit juice.
Safe like repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Oh. Safe like replace.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to safelight.com and we can come to you.
Sick.
Our highly trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway.
Have a good day. I love you.
With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later only at safelight.com.
Safe like repair. Safe like replace.
Oh, man. Let's find this game. There it is.
Already.
Okay.
Wish it were easy to find the games you love.
Come on.
So the score, 6-0. Michigan's leading. They broke off a 35-yard touchdown run.
YouTube TV
It was pretty good.
Live TV and
So
you can easily watch the
DC
game.
is about to get the ball.
Jason, you still here? Sorry, Rick. Let's go, Skip.
So we're good to see what they do.
I use PayPal to buy this ticket. I'm paying it off over time. No fees, no interest.
You know what else has no interest? Me.
I'd love to be one of those like sport reaction YouTubers and put a little scoreboard like over here if I could, but I'll figure that out one day. So
Sometimes you just need a little wonderful in life.
like my man Jaguar Gator,
Place made for it.
like that's my dude there.
Arlington, Texas. It's a city
I'll
made
be
for
watching his
fun
live
and
streams too.
excitement
and all the things you love to do. And
Yeah.
even some things you didn't know you loved until
Yeah,
you
my
came
boy
here
Jaguar
and found
Gator
it.
9, he does this all the time where he just like reacts to these games and he has like a scoreboard on, and I'd love to really like get a graphic, figure
Is
that
a
out.
world of wonderful.
This is my first time trying this though, so we're back.
Great weekend here in St. Louis. And right now, if you go to ESPN Plus, you can catch the UFL audio cast version of this game. You fully immerse yourself in all the raw sounds of this game. And as you know, the UFL microphones everywhere. So the crack of the pass, the coach to quarterback communication, that is the UFL audio cast on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, Devo, you remember Bryce Perkins?
Michigan on
He was
top.
UVA's
They look
quarterback
so good on their
back in
opening
2019, and he
of
beat
this
Virginia
game.
Tech.
E.T. Potter with that watermelon position of the ball for his kickoff as Chris Rowland will look to return.
Now
And
he's
you get
playing
the
for a
funky
title.
sidewinding rotation with that. Look at how it plays off.
Ew,
As
that was an
Mickens
ugly kick
has to
off.
return it, but that positioning of the football
That
by
was
Potter is what creates the
absolutely
no
ugly.
return because of that action of the football.
So now they got to
let's get
start at the
Jordan
10-yard
Ta'amu
line. They got a
and
lot
his
of field
path,
to go.
Jordan Rogers.
A guy that's been overlooked his whole career, started out at New Mexico Military Institute before having success at the SEC at Ole Miss, bounced around with a handful of NFL teams, and actually in this very building made the first ever start for the St. Louis Battlehawks, and he has been a spring mainstay, one of the best every single year, year in and year out, had an MVP-worthy campaign this year, but obviously, as we've mentioned, didn't take home any hardware. But get ready for deep shots downfield. It's a team that likes to push the ball vertical.
Starting from the 11-yard line as Deion Jackson is met after a gain of maybe one by Donovan Newton.
And all UFL slot receiver Chris Rowland is going to be a big part of this DC offense. Had a monster game last time these two teams met, 144 yards. Cornell Powell as well led the UFL with 7 receiving touchdowns. And that back end for Michigan, Arnold Tarpley, an all UFL safety, going to get a lot of action. But D. Delaney, making his first career start, was just signed a week and a half ago because of some of the injuries in the secondary for Michigan.
And he played well.
Yeah,
After just being signed.
Rowland.
Here's Chris Rowland. He's dangerous in
Rowland,
space
he
as he turns his shoulder pass
6 yards.
upfield and gets out to about the 17-yard line.
This is an offensive
third
line for
down
DC
and
that
about
is
2.
really good in pass protection. Probably the best in the UFL.
Third
But last
advantage.
week we saw them really get after St. Louis.
I really
on the
like
ground.
Chris
187 yards. If they can do that, this offense
I
can
really think he
absolutely
should be on
open
the
up. They
NFL.
love tempo.
I really
They love
do.
the
Like,
RPO,
he's
the run
solid
pass
every
option
year.
off the run, and then they love to take shots. They can get that run game going. They're going to be tough to slow down.
They go empty here on 3rd and 4.
All right, Tim, what you got?
Ta'amu with protection.
Beautiful
And he
open
hooks up
pass.
and gets it complete for a first down to Jaden Mickens. Jaden Mickens, who had a 5-year NFL career.
Former
Eight
Buccaneers.
sprint guys.
I think he has a ring.
Assistant coach of the year in the UFL. In his 3rd year with Jordan Ta'amu, they know each other so well. It's why they can increase the tempo, short play calls, really stress the defense.
They were number 1 in total offense this year.
Yeah,
Here's Jackson. As he glides his way on that right side and only gains about 2 yards, was tackled by Breland Speaks, the former NFL 2nd-round draft pick. Colin Bauer is the DC for Michigan.
He mentioned him specifically. He's got to protect his corners. I think you're going to see a lot of 2-shell, a lot of 2 safety looks, trying to force Jordan Ta'amu to just take the easy stuff underneath. They want to limit those explosive plays.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
25.
Once again, rolling, and
That's a first down. Okay, and he's going to get
You give
to
him
the
a
50-yard
little
line.
bit of space, and he's upfield to midfield. Finally taken down by Whitehead, but he goes for 25 yards.
This is a called run play.
Rowland
You
is
got
a
too many
baller,
guys
dude.
in the box.
Okay,
You only
like I
have
said.
2 guys over 3. They're going to throw it to Chris Rowland in space all day, every day. It's an extension of the run game. It's what makes this offense so hard to defend against pre-snap.
So I got
Because
about
Tomlin's going to know,
8
okay,
minutes,
get too many guys in the box, I'm going to play you on the perimeter. You're covering Chris Rowland out there. We're going to run the football. It's all a numbers game for this offense.
Well, 5'8" receiver who they call Spark Plug. He was a Spark Plug right there. Jackson. As he
Jackson,
comes back
some
against
really
the
good
grain
cuts.
and then
And he gets
slithers
about
his
6
way
yards.
inside the 45-yard
So
line
that's 2nd
before
down and
Newton
4.
makes the tackle.
Early down success here, Jordan, like we talked about when we came on air. And when we talked to Jordan Ta'amu this week, he said the number one thing we've got to do is stay ahead of the chains. Have ourselves in third and manageable, third and short routinely. Then those shots are really going to come because you're going to have to crowd the box and stop the run.
2nd and 4. Again, it's
Ta'amu keeps
Jackson.
it.
No, excuse me, it's Ta'amu on the
He gets
read.
about a yard.
And he's tackled by Tafua.
So it'll be 3rd and 3.
So it'll be 3rd down from there.
Yeah, just going to get a blitzer. You're going to see Arnold Tarpley, his safety, roll down late.
I mean, Jordan Ta'amu is dangerous
And
with
that's
his
a great
legs.
job of avoiding the block.
He
So
really
he's
is.
sitting right there when Ta'amu pulls
He
that
can get it
ball.
done.
To Luke's point, though, I thought that would be the shot there. Right, you're ahead of the chains on 2nd down.
Although I missed
That
when
would be the
De'Aaron
shot
King
play.
was on the defenders.
Now you just got to find out where
He was
Chris
only
Rowland
like
is, but they
5'8",
love him on
5'9",
3rd down.
or something like that. And he was just running all over the place. Like he was a running back who would throw.
Takes the short pitch. And
First
with that
down,
strike,
that's targeting.
Ta'amu will move the chains.
That looked like a target by Nakua.
Just a great play design. Watch the fake pitch, and it's going to pull this
Here's a
linebacker
replay.
completely out of the box. See, he went towards that arrow I drew,
No,
and
no,
had nobody
not a
left
target,
there on the
never mind.
2nd level. That's one thing. Jordan Ta'amu
That's that
is
second
capable
glance,
of
yeah.
running the football. He protects himself really well,
But
but he makes
Ta'amu
trust
gets
this
the
week.
first
There's no
down.
game next week.
That was a run of
Get
a
all
ball
on the
of 6
field.
yards.
I think we may see him use his legs a little bit more than we're used
So
to.
they've
Hear that attitude a lot from players this week.
Line.
They set up the
Okay,
screen.
a
It's
really nice
Moore.
screen
The
here.
tight end, Riley Moore,
Ooh.
is inside the 25-yard line.
He's hurt.
And now you start to see this Washington offense find their gear.
Well, it's the same almost
A
blitz play we
beautiful
saw a
tight
couple
end
plays
screen.
ago. Fred Keyes,
Really
the coordinator,
had a
does a great job of knowing, okay, you're going to bring that safety down to our tight end side. Good. Let him come down. We're going to slip him and throw a screen right behind him. That's a great play call.
Great after
Great
contact.
counter
Like
to
Riley
what
Moore.
Keyes is already
88.
seeing is a game plan that Michigan has. Roll that safety down to your tight end to try to stop the run.
12-yard reception by the former Kansas State star. Ta'amu on 1st down with time downfield. And well off the mark as Cornell Powell was the closest man to it.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Ta'amu threw it out of bounds.
Just
Kind of a dangerous
miscommunication
zone.
there on
he
the
threw it
outside
into,
between
though.
Powell and
There's about 2
Ta'amu.
defenders there. That could have very easily been a pick.
4 by 1 or 3 by 1? That was 3 by 1. What's that? It was 3 by 1. He asked 4 by 1 or 3 by 1. They shifted the back when they saw
The
that.
dueling coordinators.
Maybe there'll
That
be a
was
halftime
Ta'amu's
show.
first
I didn't
incompletion.
see
He was 4 of
halftime
4
show
prior
announced,
to
but
that.
that'd be cool.
2nd and 10.
They really need to do that.
Ta'amu.
Oh,
Was that dangerous?
That was
As DJ Miller was breaking on the ball intended for Cornell
that
Powell.
could have been a pick
Yeah, watch
six.
the eyes of Ta'amu. He really wants to throw the inside
that's
slant
incomplete.
first, and he's late getting to the outside. That's why DJ Miller out there almost breaks
That
on that
was
one. That
really
is really
dangerous.
close to being 6 points the other way for Michigan. Dangerous. You cannot be late on those RPO throws. You can't get to your second read on an RPO. Everybody's sitting on it because you're already faking the run anyway. Ta'amu got away with one there.
3rd and 1.
3rd down and 10 on the 26-yard line. Ta'amu's firing D. He's got touchdown. Mickens. Jaden Mickens. 6-6. We're tied. That was beautiful. 26-yard touchdown.
Boy, watch the route by Chris Rowland that's going to take this safety. It's a switch route, and then Mickens is going to get right down the alley on the seam. All the attention on Chris Rowland, especially on these moments where you know they're going to throw the football. Mickens takes the safety and opens it
Mickens, that
wide
was
open.
beautiful ball placement.
Excuse me, Rowland took the safety and opened it up for Mickens on the outside. That is a dime by Jordan Ta'amu.
Jaden Mickens, who was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kickoff returner for Super Bowl 55, opens up the scoring for DC tonight here in this UFL championship game.
It just shows you how deep DC is a wide receiver. He's like their 4th or 5th guy. He played 38 games in the NFL.
He did. He had a 5-year career,
So,
played the Super Bowl.
2-point.
Look at this formation here
Whoa.
as they go offset pods for the 2-point conversion attempt.
That is a really
As
interesting
Rowland
formation.
goes out and now motions back to Ta'amu. Sprint right. Looking to the end zone.
Oh, that's batted away. Okay. So we're going to stay tied at 6-6.
When you get to the final game.
That was a really interesting formation.
These two quarterbacks, as advertised early, to Amu, to Mickens. 6-6 game. This presentation of the UFL Championship will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Bush guy, cold and smooth.
Great drives by both teams. Like,
You
this
can
is
tell
really going to
time
be
by
like
measuring
a.
the sun's
It's
distance
going to be a
from
good
the horizon.
boxing match. Just body blows, everything.
Looks like happy
Like, that
hour.
was really solid.
Head for the mountains.
Mom,
When this happens, they count on you.
like the entire tree fell down onto my car.
You okay?
Don't stress me.
You got UFL.
And you can count on us.
They got you.
Okay, I just admitted it.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you, Mommy. Bye.
Count on us. Count on USAA. Members who switch save an average of $840 a year on car insurance.
Mixed NBA Finals are tied at 2 games apiece.
It really comes down to the moments. I relish those moments.
Gotta be able to respond to the next one's the law.
The NBA Finals, Game 5 on ABC. You love AFG. Yes! Get ready for AFG.
It's America's funniest people.
Hosted by Alfonso Ribeiro and Allison Hannigan. An AFB special, Sunday on ABC.
Hello there, I'm Ryan Reynolds. I want to introduce you to nature's benchwarmers. Get ready for the underdogs. You tell them, Green Day. I'm here for these guys. Now it's their time to shine. Strap in for the ride, my friends. Gross.
All across America. Good morning.
Hello.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be home.
UMA, it's an invitation to come together
Good morning.
and brighten your morning.
How will Michigan respond?
ABC's David Muir,
has
the most watched
800
newscast
million
in
globally in the
America.
box office.
More Americans watch ABC's
I
World
wouldn't
News
mind seeing
Tonight
that.
with David Muir than any other newscast.
Here we go.
Welcome back. I'm Aaron Dolan. And guys, these offenses have been off to a hot start. How about Mickens? He was plus 390 anytime touchdown score. So what that means is if you place $10 on him to score a touchdown at any point in the game, you would have won $39. He also already hit over his receptions prop as well as his receiving yards props on the first drive. So we're already seeing some bets cash, and you guys can take advantage of live betting opportunities right now on ESPN Bet.
Oh, Aaron, as you said, the evening, we expect offense. We got offense. And for DC, Jordan was a 12-play drive. They went 89 yards.
And Michigan's usually the one that sustains those long drive. DC's usually the ones that's 2 or 3 plays and a touchdown. So the back and forth is going to be big in this game. Can you answer the bell when the other offense puts up points?
Toa is met at the 25-yard line.
Toa is 25-yard line.
So, Jordan, walk us through the touchdown, the progression. Obviously, you had some verticals. You had Chris taking the middle of the field and the safety out of the way. But you threw that ball when Jaden Mitchell was even, not leaving.
Right. So, we worked that all week, just so you know, in our game plan out of that stack formation. And, we practice it after practice all the time. So, Mickey did a great job. And I just threw it up there, trusted him that he would get under it. And he did it. He's a fast guy. So, kind of let it fly.
Well, he said you had to stay ahead of the chains and have success on early downs. You did that. Good luck. Thank you.
5 completions, 73 yards, and that touchdown pass on Jordan Ta'amu's opening drive. And now Michigan with Bryce Perkins, the UFL MVP, as he gets way to McCrary, who spins for a gain of a yard.
And DC, show them all your crowd the defenders.
Rex, Trey, Cluster, Ripper, Station, Frank. All right, let's go. Let's go. Ray Shamer, Will Uno. Ray Shamer, Will Uno. Ray Shamer, Will Uno. Ray Shamer, Will Uno.
So you see Will Uno, you're here. It sounds like it's going to be man coverage. You heard spacing slants on the other, so quick game. Let's see if Bryce works the top of the screen here with a one-on-one matchup.
Perkins. He goes that way on the slant, but it's incomplete. Intended for Siosa Mariner.
That kind of looked like a pass
Ojemudia on Siosi Mariner. Had to step that ball just a little out in front. This is exactly where DC wants this Michigan offense. You stop run on first down, you force them into a passing drop back situation. You can get some of these third longs, and this is not where Michigan feels super comfortable. But you have to be aware of Bryce Perkins' legs here. If you're rushing the passer, think he's going to throw it, he could take off and really hurt you.
Just inside
3rd and 9. First third down Michigan is faced tonight. Perkins pressure right in his face, gets it away, gets it complete, and it's a first down as Mariner gets the reception.
43-yard line. Still on Michigan side of the field.
Well, look at the pressure coming from this right side. Perkins is going to do a great job of drifting, but keeping his eyes downfield. Never panics, and that is such a tough throw. Fading to your left, dropping your arm angle, and leading COC Mariner back over the middle of the field. That is a big-time throw from the league MVP.
And Jordan, what a spectacular job of not seeing the rush. Just suddenly fading away, eyes downfield, delivers a strike under duress.
Right about the 43-yard line.
16-yard completion to Mariner, and now McCrary get a 35-yard touchdown run early this season. Just dragged down at the 47-yard line by Mintz.
3 or 4 yard game. They got 2:55 left in the
problem when Michigan gets into these second and medium, second and third and short situations is they have the most complex, unique RPO pass game that I've seen at any level.
Drilling some chest cams. You see the player as well as the view from his chest cam. You got Anthony Hines on one side, left tackle Ryan Nelson on the other. The RPO again, this time it's Devin Ross, and it's a first down for Michigan. Bryce Thompson with the tackle.
And that's what I'm talking about. Why is it complex? Why is it unique? They run actual pass concepts
like,
on the backside of runs. Instead of just flipping it out to a bubble route or a hitch, they actually ran crossing routes right there. So you have to defend a pass. A true pass concept on the backside of a run.
Again, these are the true vision chest cams you're seeing here. The left tackle Nelson for Michigan.
They kill you with the run if they're not
linebacker
killing
Hines for DC, as well as their views. Toa. He just runs over a man and gets extra yardage.
Absolutely
the thundering power of Toa runs over former NFL first-round pick DeAndre Baker.
Well, the motion brought DeAndre Baker into the box. He's 5'11", 180, 185. Not a guy that wants to go toe-to-toe with Toa at 5'8", 205. That's a refrigerator running downhill.
Toa, who had such an exceptional second half last week to help win that conference championship game and earn this spot in the championship game.
Perkins slings it, it's wide open. Mariner touchdown.
He's got a strut on in. Bryce Perkins to COC Mariner. A 38-yard touchdown.
He was not even defended. He was way too open.
This is what I'm talking about. You have a full concept on the backside of a run play. So you got all these defenders that are playing the run with their eyes inside, and then all of a sudden, wait, we got a pass concept. We got 3 guys running complementary routes, and you just lose one.
Big mental error
in the
by that
backfield,
defender.
and then you got to find a receiver, and they're switching and moving. That is why it's so difficult to play this Michigan offense when the run game gets going.
Nice play, bust on the back end, Jordan, because you got 2 of the 3 defenders playing man and the other one peeking in the backfield.
Yeah. That's what the run game does to those secondary defenders. DeAndre Baker was in the box getting run over. He's like, well, I got to worry about that. And then all of a sudden, touchdown right behind you.
1-point conversion attempt.
And Perkins throws it, it's wide open.
And it's right back to Mariner.
So that's
Bryce Perkins.
version.
Listen, he had to deal with an ankle injury. Only had
Literally
7
2
games
plays in a row you don't defend
season.
him. Come on, dude.
But you see when he's in his form. Like
So
last
we
week.
have a 13-6 ball game. Michigan's leading DC. We've got 1 minute 13 seconds left.
And once again, it's the mesh. It's Bryce Perkins
Wide
running the defense post snap, and again buying a little time. Right, there's nowhere for him to run there off the read, but he finds COC Mariner again. Mariner, who led the UFL in receiving yards, was not a UFL an all UFL selection. Had a quiet game last week against Birmingham, just 2 receptions already making his presence felt.
How will DC respond?
Well, they handed out a lot of hardware this week. Championship week, a lot to celebrate with. Year number 2 of the UFL. You mentioned the great debate between Perkins and Ta'amu. These were the award winners, Jordan.
Yeah, Bryce Perkins obviously took home the most hardware. Shannon Harris, the Buddy Stevens Coach of the Year. Peter Dalmapenu was the Defensive Player of the Year. Kendrick Whitehead here for Michigan, Special Teams Player there. He's really good on defense as well. And Fred Keyes, deservedly so, leading the #1 offense, earns the Assistant Coach of the Year.
And by the way, Fred Keyes is just as good, humble, and modest a football coach as you will ever be around. He is a joy to be with. There is the play caller for DC.
Dude, why is he kicking it like that?
As the kick takes a bounce, and it's going to settle into the end zone.
Touchback.
Sam, you're with the man.
I'm here with Bryce Perkins. So, Bryce, walk us through this play. We can see what you're seeing. So, draw on it. Let us know what you saw on this play.
Yeah, I mean, they brought it last time. Their game plan, they brought 0 on the first second down when we scored it again. So, try to get it again, try to gain numbers in the run game for us, right? So, where we at? So, yeah, 0 right here. We see no safety right here. So, now we're just reading off this end. We have great one-on-one matchups. Even though they're man down, we have great option routes with here. He can go in and out. So, it really just turns into a good option. And then when we pull, he dives down. And because we run it so much, it's just natural tendency that these guys right here, get their eyes in the backfield. So when you kind of pull these things, you got to see the whole picture. And they dropped COs. On the last series, they dropped a couple guys too. So when we saw that, we were like,
rolling on the sweep. Oh, he leaps a guy.
Keep going.
Thanks so much, Bryce.
Well, Chris Rowland, at the end of that play, the ball came loose. And it appeared that DJ Miller came up with it, but they're going to have to talk this over on the sideline. It was Chris Rowland who was running with the ball near the sideline, and it popped out.
What are they going to do here?
The run on the field is a fumble out of bounds. It's 1st and 10, DC.
All right. Fumble out of bounds.
DJ Miller here trying to do his best impersonation of a receiver. Little toe tap. Was rolling on the jet sweep. The ball comes out. Look at Miller. Keeps his feet in. Didn't look like he had possession quite with those feet down, but
that might be worth a challenge.
Now it goes as a 10-yard run as Miller was out of bounds. And now Ta'amu quickly.
Ta'amu. Oh, my God.
Powell's running free. A flag is down as Cornell Powell is running free all the way into the end zone.
It'll be a 70-yard touchdown if it stands.
We got 2 flags. They may be one back.
Number 73 reported to me. Number 74 reported to me. 70? Okay, downfield. Okay, all right. Ineligible player downfield. Offense under 70. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Oh, that's
it's going to be Yasir Durant, the left tackle. It was an RPO, and Jordan Ta'amu took a lot of time on the mesh. Watch how long he holds this mesh. So left tackle, Yasir Durant's thinking it's a run play, gets downfield.
Man,
full transparency with the officiating in the UFL. It's one of the best things you'll ever have, because we can go right to the Verizon Command Center and say, good evening to Dean Blandino. Dean, take us through what you just saw there.
We had a couple of plays, close fumble recovery at the sideline, but the defenders, his toe came up off the ground. He has to have 2 feet, just like a catch. He only had 1 foot in bounds, so no recovery. And now we have a big play taken back because we have the left tackle more than 3 yards downfield when the ball was released.
Talon's slinging it. Oh, my God. Mickens is wide open. Oh, my God. Mickens. Go, Mickens. And he's inside the 10-yard line. Oh, my God.
After that penalty, negates a 70-yard touchdown catch. DC comes right back for 65 yards. And Jordan does a great job with his eyes, looking left,
making some moves. He wanted that, I could tell.
Out of the picture, and
Already a big game he's had.
Nobody was there. This is what DC does. They stretch you vertically, and if you got your eyes in the wrong spot, someone's going to be running by you.
All right.
Kind of clueless.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Just got his eyes in the wrong spot.
Deion Jackson.
Trying to keep
he stays
his
up.
legs driving as he gets to the 5-yard line. He's met by Noah Dawkins.
Noah Dawkins. Pretty sure that is another Virginia guy.
Quarter.
A lot of Virginia guys.
Throughout. Big plays right to the end of it.
13-6.
Michigan. But here are the DC defenders knocking on the door to try to tie it or take the lead. 2025 UFL Championship game presented by Underdog. More to come after this short break.
I will say, after that first quarter, this game is
A
delivering.
major motion picture.
It's eons better than last year's game.
A game-changing approach to golf.
Of course, I'm happy my Stallions won last year, but in 25-0 fashion.
Disney chose T-Mobile to power real-time collaboration.
It was boring, but I like that.
T-Mobile fuels trackers.
But this is what I want here. I want explosive back and forth.
5G internet. And innovate with PGA of America to elevate the game. Business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill from the makers of Humira that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke of hope. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoke, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Ask your rheumatologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
And take back what's yours.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold. Pull them already.
Know when to fold 'em.
Know when to walk away.
Know when to run. Run.
He's automatic from the 40. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Oh my God.
Hilton is bringing you more new ways to stay than ever before. With all new places, there's all new experiences to enjoy. Hilton for the stay.
UFL Championship here on ABC. Last night was Game 4 NBA Finals, and Oklahoma City, the pressure is on because of this guy, Tyrese Halliburton. Fourth quarter was 103-99 Pacers. SGA.
I don't really follow NBA that much.
Pacers led by 1. And then the fadeaway. The Thunder come back to win it 111-104. So, Jordan, here we go. Game 5 of the NBA Finals Monday night. Pacers back in OKC. Series tied up at 2 games apiece. And the coverage ships with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern right here.
Oh, I love that.
ABC.
That Mr. Incredible.
All I know is if you're
That's
OKC,
sick.
you don't want the ball in Halliburton's hands at the end of any game.
a DC Defenders fan like me. Like
that man has been special this entire playoff run.
So has this guy played quarterback in a playoff run.
I love you,
Jordan Ta'amu, the former Ole Miss star. We start this second quarter with a first
Deion Jackson. That's good for a yard.
And Jackson is bottled up. In that first quarter, Jordan, average yards per play. Michigan, 10.8 yards per play. This DC offense, 11.3 yards per play.
Is that good?
That's great.
Yeah, I think getting a first down every time you call a play is generally pretty acceptable for an offense. This is going to come down to mental efficiency and turnovers. You have to get touchdowns when you're down here around the goal line. And
Third and goal
turnover in this game
from the 4-yard
end up
line.
being the deciding factor.
Third and goal. Ta'amu looks right, looks left.
Oh, wait, back the
and incomplete. As he
One
couldn't
number
connect
19.
with Ty Scott.
Well, in a game like this, the difference between 3 points for a field goal and 6 points for a touchdown is massive. Really good initial coverage here from Michigan. Nowhere to go with the football.
Going for it, might be
It's just really tough for a quarterback, right-handed.
You only got that many yards to go, and if you don't get it, Michigan's got to go the whole
get it up and over Arnold Tarpley there underneath.
But then again, that's why I'm not a coach.
So now the short field goal attempt by Matt McCrane, who has NFL experience with Arizona, the Raiders, the Steelers.
All right, and field goal's good.
As he punches through the 22-yarder.
So we got a 13-9.
It's a 13-9 game here. You know, we said it earlier. You got the two best offenses. You got the two best quarterbacks. You got head coaches that have gathered a lot of momentum with a lot of faith in their play callers, and you're seeing it early on here with what we've seen offensively.
Now, this is going to be a heavyweight bout. It's going to be back and forth for 4 quarters. I think the interesting thing to watch will be if this DC defense starts stacking the box and forcing them to be a drop-back team. Remember, Bryce Perkins is only about 85%.
That's right, got the ankle.
Still has that hurt right ankle, so if he's going to move around a little bit, let's see if he can make those plays we're used to seeing out of the MVP player.
Jordan Ta'amu, Bryce Perkins. It's interesting. Perkins won Offensive Player of the Year as well as MVP. There were a lot of people around the league said, hold on a second, Jordan Ta'amu, 18 touchdown passes in the regular season. Doesn't end up with any hardware at the end of the year.
Yeah, look, I think that was a disservice to how well Ta'amu played this year. I think he should have won one of those, right? My voting was Ta'amu as the MVP and Perkins as the Offensive Player of the Year because he did miss those 3 games.
Well, we've got the UFL Buddy Stevens Coach of the Year on headset. Shannon here. Shannon, first of all, it has been an honor to cover you and your team this year, and congratulations on all the success. How do you size things up right now?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, and thanks for having me on. But, one thing about it, these guys have been resilient all year, and, that's what have gotten us to this game so far. So, we just got to go out here and get a stop right now defensively and try to close this thing out the right way.
There's Devin Ross on the return. He's been at the 15.
Coach, did you feel that your quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu,
good defense
coming into this game, had a little kick improve? We just talked about getting over it for the MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year for the season that he had. Do you feel he's got a bigger chip on his shoulder tonight?
Yeah, it wasn't just Jordan Ta'amu. It was the entire team. They felt like, he should have been MVP or, like you said, Offensive Player of the Year. But, we just got to go out here now and prove the type of team we are to put all that to rest.
What does this defense, Shannon, need to do here, or what adjustment needs to be made to slow down Michigan?
Yeah, we just got to be smart and keep our eyes on our keys. We can't try to make plays outside of what the scheme say do. We just got to stay within the scheme and be disciplined in what the play is.
Shannon, we'll let you get to work. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Panthers head coach Shannon Harris, the Buddy Stevens Coach of the Year award winner.
Perkins is back on the field. How will DC respond?
Now it takes it ahead for just a yard.
So I'm here with Danny Italy. One of the great things about the UFL is the access that we get. So, Danny, you're hearing the play. I want you to walk us through the play. Let us know what to look for as the play goes on. All right, all good. Reveal Lexi Trips, Lizzie Slant Lucky. So we'll start the running back outside, get a little man zone indicator here. Man, we're probably going to be thinking we want the slants to the field here. Right now, 57's outside, so we've got man. I won't be surprised if he wants to work this slants here, especially in part of the field, number 7, because he's so far off.
I mean, but Perkins is just so unpredictable.
9, and that's what they do going to Malik Turner.
Turner.
It'll be third down from there at the 2-yard line.
I think DC holding them
So once you listen to the play,
to a fourth down is going to be huge at this point.
means, and then what do you expect to see?
Because they have not yet done that. Both drives by Michigan have resulted in touchdowns.
Liz, bang 8, snub train.
So DC can hold them
Rex
up.
trick punch, Liz, bang 8, snap trade. So, we're going to go 1 by 3, which means we'll have the tight end manned up, singled up over here. You notice it didn't go corners over, so we're thinking it's some kind of a zone most likely.
Yeah, you
So
tell
it's
them
probably going to be working to the field here, to this bunch side. We'll start low with the flat, see if it comes open. It doesn't.
Perkins is trying to take off. He's sacked.
Perkins is taken down.
That is
And that
big.
was Malik Fisher who got to him.
That is big for the DC defense.
You said it was covered pretty
They
well.
hold them to
Yeah, we
fourth,
ended up getting it pretty
and
good. They passed it
even
off.
with the punt, they're
We'd
going to
seen
have good
something off
field
that one.
position.
Maybe we felt we might be able to get it.
Looks like
So
they're
we're having to
most
get on
likely going
COC
to
number
be
4 pretty quick. So
on the
it's a pretty
Michigan
good
side
defense
of the
by them.
field.
Thanks so much, Andy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys.
And that was a great job by Malik Fisher. When you play a quarterback like Bryce Perkins, you can't rush past him. As soon as you get to his level, you get a redirect. So when he steps up in the pocket, you meet him right there.
Malik Fisher with a great career at Villanova.
Timeout, DC. That's the first snap.
And a timeout is going to be used by DC as Michigan will be punting away when we return to the UFL championship game. DC and Michigan Panthers with a 4-point lead here in St. Louis.
Did someone take some of my candles?
Will Ferrell. Oh, boy.
They're not all here.
Check it out with paper.
All right.
You can pay your own way. I'm still in here. This is the only time I get all week.
Dr. Rick, we are thinking sandwiches again for lunch. What should I put you down for?
Devo.
Boundaries.
Hope you're
They
watching,
can be
bro.
tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Now, I'm either
We should
gonna
do
go
more Monday
Caramel
night Raw
or Reuben.
streams and like Friday night
Remember, when
SmackDown
the door
streams.
closes, so does the conversation.
Oh,
Heck,
yes,
I'd even
gotcha.
like to get back into like TNA and all that good stuff. That'd
Looks
be
like
cool.
the soup of the day is tomato bisque.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
I could go tuna melt. If you want to go Reuben, we could do a mix and match.
Shh, quiet.
Whoa. That's another Jurassic Park or something? No, never mind. Wait, actually.
Jurassic World, rated PG-13.
Wow.
Theaters July 2nd.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling
Sweet.
award-winning vehicles
That'll
for
be
you
sick.
right here in America. And we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free.
Yeah, I
from
want to do that.
retailers.
And I
That's
miss
why we
watching
lowered
AEW.
MSRP on our best-selling
Remember we were back at
Rogue
mom's
and
watching
Pathfinder.
AEW. That was fire.
So you can get the car you
Although
want
it looks
at
like
the
it's kind
price
of
you
gone
want,
downhill.
knowing Nissan is here for you.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
On a warm day, you want two things.
Devo, say Joe Hendry's name and he will appear.
Like Simply Spiked
I
Lemonade.
hope you believe in Joe Hendry. Because he'll be in WWE soon.
You can leave it open. Simply Spiked, made with real fruit juice.
In Arlington, Texas, we are a city where dreams take flight and our roots run deep. We are fired up with innovation,
Believe in
and
Joe
we cherish
Hendry.
our hometown traditions. We're a community made stronger by diversity, partnerships, and can-do spirit. It's a place where you can live for the moment, dancing under the stars, seeking out thrills and sharing in the stands. Arlington, the American dream city.
Can't wait for whenever we go to the Richmond Spiders football game.
Yeah,
I'm
the two
excited
best
for that,
offenses
bro.
are flexing
Really
their
excited for
muscles early. Michigan doing it on the ground. Nate McCrary with the long touchdown run, which opens up things for DC.
We'll get a
And you know
tailgate,
they're
we'll
gonna
get
throw
some
it
fried
deep in.
chicken,
Mickens gets
all
behind the
that good
coverage
stuff.
there for a big touchdown answer. And then as soon as the run game gets going for Michigan, that's when things open up downfield. All the attention, all the eyes in the backfield, and no one on COC Mariner. This is going to be a game that's going to go back and forth for 4 quarters with the two best quarterbacks and two best offenses the UFL has to offer.
Yeah, after 2 touchdown drives on
All right.
field goal, this is our first punt.
We are back after
of
the
the game.
timeout, and Michigan
Seth
Panthers
Byrne
are going to punt.
for the Panthers.
Yeah, first punt of the game. It's been really good. We didn't have a punt the
As he
whole first quarter.
umbrellas this is going to be a short punt, but it does take a Michigan bounce.
Yeah, don't touch it. There you go.
And it is going to be counted about the 37-yard line.
So really good punt. Really good punt.
Dutch are getting the call right now.
Left tight. Cody left tight. Q out. Red X Miami. Red X Miami.
All right, Mike DeLillo, what do we got? Red X Miami. Give us some terminology and diagram it with your eyes and your voice for us.
Yeah, so we're going to have two backs in the backfield. Mickens is going to be in the back as our running back. He's going to shift out, and it's basically just a deep mesh concept. We're just going to start with our corner out and just work from the left side to the right
That's
side.
incredible.
What's been the flow like so far as you're
I don't see this in the
evaluating it from the
NFL.
sideline? You've had a lot of deep shots, had a lot of
The way that
explosives,
they're like
but you haven't taken much
interviewing
clock off.
players
Time
and
off
they're
the clock.
breaking down
Yeah,
their
I mean, listen,
playbook.
we're
and,
a
like,
tempo
it's just so
explosive football
cool.
team. So
Dude, that
if we can
football
keep
is
maintaining those
fire.
explosives, we don't really
It's a
care
black
about the
football and
clock.
it's got the gold UFL championship logo on it. That's fire.
So let's look for this mesh concept. There is Mickens, who does split out from the backfield. Tamu on first down.
All right, Tamu.
And he comes
Beautiful pass.
underneath to Braylon Sanders.
That's
It's
about
like
8
DeLillo,
yards.
the backup quarterback, knew exactly where his eyes would be.
Sanders, number 83. Very good game.
22 lock. Squirrel.
All right, what's it mean?
Spread here, 22 lock, squirrel. So it's just going to be a fade out concept with an inside run. If we like the leverage, we're going to throw our quick, which is an out. And if not, if the box is light, we're just going to hand it off to an inside zone look.
So again, another mathematical equation. They got more guys to defend than you had to block, right?
Always about numbers. It's always about numbers. So they're going man here.
2nd and 4. Numbers say pass, and that's what they do.
Oh.
And right into the arms of Braylon Sanders.
Beautiful
The
completion.
two former SEC Ole Miss Rebels hooking up to Amu to Sanders. DJ Miller had coverage.
Was it like 23 yards?
Braylon Sanders
Maybe
gets
more?
the football, something good happens. You mentioned it. He's a big play wide receiver, averaging over 25
That was
yards per
beautiful
reception.
ball placement.
And that connection started Ole Miss in college
Okay.
for both these guys. And even with tight coverage by DJ Miller, that ball is perfect.
32-yard reception for Braylon Sanders.
What you
Braylon
didn't get to see is
Sanders.
the touch, the arc that he put on that ball. It was perfect.
Yes, sir.
NFL caliber throw.
Yeah, you're going to bump it. All right, here we go.
All right, Mike, what do you have coming up here? So you can see that mesh
Ole
concept.
Miss connection.
So
Love
it's
it.
going to be this. It's going to be a similar concept. We're just going to get to it from a different formation. So for us, it's going to be the same concept. It's really easy for us to get there, but for them, the defense is going to look like a whole different concept in formation.
So window dressing from a formation, a shift, and a motion standpoint.
Exactly.
Everyone wants to make football complicated. Just run the same play, make it look a little different pre-snap.
You got it, man.
Are you ready? I go.
To Amu. He goes underneath as he connects with Mickens. And Mickens gets it to the 19-yard line.
So that's an 8-yard gain
Q, quack,
for DC.
out. Red light stack, quack, out. Red, smash, red,
Now we're again that stack formation again. Mickens is going to come to the other side all the way out now. So instead of the touchdown we hit to him on the
Second down
vertical,
and
he's going to motion
two.
to the
They're
inside.
at the
This one,
20-yard
he's going to
line.
go all the way to the outside. So give them a different look. It's going to be
They're
a smash
flirting with
concept.
that
So
end
underneath with the corner out by Powell.
There is the motion to the inside by Mickens. 2nd and
Are you ready?
2.
He lost off. We're just going to give the underneath stuff.
To Amu. To
He's
the
firing
end
towards the end zone. It's caught by Powell.
DC.
And DC has the lead. Nice job.
And how great was the access to hear the backup
Cornell
quarterback
Powell,
give us
19-yard
every single play
receiving
call what to
touchdown.
look for.
This is great by Ta'amu. Watch this play develop. I want you to see what he's reading. He's
Beautiful
reading it down as
20-yard pass for the
Alexander
touchdown.
Right here. If
He
Alexander
found Powell
drives on
in
this
the back
route,
right
the
corner of the
corner's
end zone.
open right behind him. He throws
Ta'amu's a
great
good quarterback.
anticipation.
He really is.
I love hearing from Mike DeLillo, the backup quarterback. Hey, we're doing the same thing. This time he's going to motion all the way out. So now all that attention's on Mickens from that same look, but he's in a different spot. You get eyes on him.
So at the moment, the DC defenders have a 15-13 lead. And they're going for a 2-point conversion.
His final year at Clemson back in 2020. And now 4 years into his pro career.
DC. Oh, you better be careful. He's throwing it to the end zone. It's out the back.
And
Okay.
incomplete. So our
Incomplete.
score will remain 15-13.
15-13.
Jordan Ta'amu looks so sharp on that 4-play, 63-yard drive.
DC
DC
15.
on top.
DC 15, Michigan 13.
I'm not really one for the spotlight.
Wow,
but there
this
some
is
great
living up to the hype.
You know, I always seem to
will
get
say.
primo parking. But you don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets tip-top service with 24/7 fast, friendly claim support.
I never do this, but could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animal celebrities every day.
Stop. It's Dr. Bob! Dog!
I stand corrected.
I literally never do this.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Yep, we're just in a commercial break.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Grilling Live, the show about grilling like a pro.
Wow, an hour and 14 minutes streaming already. Wow.
Emmett Smith.
Thanks,
Greenie. Our grill
I can get used
master
to
is
this.
having a day. Let's go down to the field.
Carl, how do you keep hitting home runs with your grilling?
Just keeping my eye on the prize with refreshing Bud and Bud Light. Another touchdown. The Bud Bunch is loving this performance. What a beautiful sport. Baseball or football? Grilling. Join us next time to see another grilling pro get the job well done.
The cockroach, resilient creatures, true miracles of evolution.
Diva, we got to go to another Flying Squirrels game. Or a Richmond Kickers game, too.
Well, that's horrifying.
Because that was fire. We're going to sit with the crazy
Or the
fans
Home
again.
Defense Max Indoor Insect Barrier. One application kills and prevents bugs for 365 days.
We're going to bring some smoke bombs to the Kickers game.
Nature smiled. Your home doesn't have to be.
That'd be fire.
Across America,
Good morning. Hello.
wherever we are, it feels like home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together
Good morning.
and brighten your morning.
What an entertaining championship game here in St. Louis. 15-13. Let's get our betting analyst, Aaron Dolan, in here. I mean, what is the live total number with this offense right now?
It's shot up to 64.5. It is extremely high, and right now you can bet the Michigan Panthers' next drive outcome. There's 4 options for you guys that are available right now. So far in this game, we've seen 2 touchdowns cash as well as a punt. And keep in mind with Michigan, they're typically scoring touchdowns. They have the highest touchdown percentage so far for the season. Again, this is available right now on ESPN Bet, as well as the Panthers laying a 1.5.
15-13, 233 total yards for DC, 144 total yards for Michigan.
That's exactly what we thought from these two quarterbacks. Remember, we thought Jordan Ta'amu would have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, a little something to prove. And so far, this high-flying offense hasn't missed a beat. He's been near perfect.
Here's Malone on the return. And ball came
Uh-oh.
The ball came
The defenders have the ball.
DC's got it.
DC recovered the fumble on the kickoff. Holy crap.
As Willie Drew comes up with the football.
Wow.
Boy, Malone just trying to make
Yep,
a play.
that is 100% a
He gets
fumble.
stripped by his own guy. That's Gunnar Oaks who's trying to grab the football.
And DC recovers the fumble on the kickoff, and they're going to have the ball inside the 10-yard line so they can add another touchdown here. This is nuts.
And Gunnar Oaks. First turnover of the game.
That was
And boy,
beautiful.
does it set up DC.
Wow. What do we say? These offenses are clicking so well right now. It's going to come down to a special teams, a turnover. That right there is huge for this DC team who just scored.
First and
Take
goal.
the lead, now got a chance to extend their lead here in the second quarter.
That is what DC
And the biggest thing about
wanted
special
to see
teams
there.
is that that's the biggest change of field position in the game. As you think about a punt, kickoff, those are huge field position swings.
By far, Sam.
I mean, was he trying to grab timeout? It was such an odd moment there. I don't know if he was trying to secure it or what he was doing there.
Number 11 for Michigan is getting real frustrated.
At the end of the play, the way he was being tackled and ripped back, I think maybe he was trying to secure his own player.
Oftentimes, so I played at tennis special teams. Oftentimes, you just want to make sure you're blocking your guy. And so if you miss your block, oftentimes you're saying, okay, how do I get on my guy?
Yeah.
And you're reaching, you're pulling, and all of a sudden you're not getting on your guy. You're getting at the ball.
Wow. Timeout had to be used by Michigan as they only had 10 players on the field defensively, as you see.
Could you blame them?
Head coach Mike
They need to
Nolan,
calm down for a second.
your defense isn't even
They're getting
expected
kind
to
of
be
heated.
on the field after the kickoff return. But there's the quick turnover. You got to run out there. They're in a compromised situation. First and goal, DC at the 7.
I know my friend Justin is a Defenders fan.
For DC, their 12th play in Michigan territory of 21 total plays is right here.
Are you ready? Here go.
First and goal.
First and goal. Calvin fires it.
And it's incomplete. Looking for Mickens.
Well, I love what Michigan did there. Bringing a little pressure. You get tired of Jordan Thomas just sitting back there with that lead pocket, able to pick you apart downfield. So that maybe is going to be the answer for Colin Bauer in this Michigan defense. Bring a little more pressure. Force Ta'amu to make quick decisions under duress.
He might have forced that one a little bit, Jordan. He had Deion Jackson in the flat, might have tried to catch and run.
Here we go. Here we go. All right, ready? Here we go.
There we go.
Second and goal.
And it's Roland.
This is Roland.
He gets to the 2-yard
As
line.
he works his way
So
to
third
the
and goal.
3-yard line.
And run a 47. We go heaven? Yep. If not, you go twins 47. Yeah. Twins right. Twins right. I can let it run down if need be. No, it's not. Twins right half. Twins right half. 47. 12.
It's like we got a counter coming here, Jordan.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing guys saying, do I want to do a pop pass, fake the run and pop pass, or run? And they're going to run the football here out of a heavy set.
Third and
Right,
goal.
down and goal.
Jackson.
Deion Jackson. Oh, I think he got it. No, they're calling him short? Really? They're calling him short? I don't know. It looked like he got that.
It's going to be really close to the goal line here. Deion Jackson gets
Does it look like
bounced
he
out
reached
wide
over?
by Noah Dawkins coming through the hole.
D. Delaney
Oh,
getting to
yeah,
him and
that's
then
hard to
reaching.
tell.
That's really close.
Where's that knee come down?
There's the knee.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
he's
it's
down.
the lean forward. So the knee landed first, and then Jackson leaned forward with the ball.
Go
So it's
for
fourth
it.
and goal. And they are going for it here.
There you
Abram
go.
Smith comes in to play running back.
Abram Smith.
Ta'amu
Tiamu keeps it. Tiamu keeps it. He's got it. That's a touchdown. Touchdown Defenders.
Fourth and goal.
Yep, Tiamu kept it himself or reached out like that. Touchdown DC. Solid.
Wow, it was a great read by Ta'amu. They didn't block anybody on the initial handoff, so he keeps it himself and then makes a little move on Rondell Carter.
Yep, no doubt about that one.
And a great job being physical. We talked about it. Jordan Ta'amu is underrated as an athlete. They usually don't run him a ton because they want to protect his body. We got a game next week. They're going to leave it all on the field. That's a big play by Ta'amu on fourth down.
And think
So
of how
they're gonna go for
costly
2.
the special teams turnover was.
So 21-13 at the moment.
2-point conversion attempt.
2-point conversion.
Ta'amu looking left, then goes to the center
it's good.
and gets it. It goes to Briley Moore, his reliable
23-13
tight end. And
DC's
all of a
leading.
sudden, you look up at that scoreboard, and it's 23-13. Willie Drew had the fumble recovery.
Yeah, and it was Gunnar Oaks, the tight end.
Hey, Josh, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining.
That led to the fumble, gave DC the prime field position.
Watching some football now.
And then
The
it was
UFL
Jordan
championship.
Ta'amu. Watch the pressure Michigan has here. It's a good thing he pulled this one, called his own number, and then showing off his wheels and athleticism to make a move for the touchdown. Picked up the conversion as well. That is a huge answer. And going for it on fourth down shows you what Fred Keyes and what Shannon Harris think about this game. Right? They know this is going to be a game where 3 points isn't going to get it done. You're going to need to get 6 every time you're down there. But so far, DC hasn't really shown that they can slow down Bryce Perkins either.
DC has now scored 11 of 14.
So it's the Michigan Panthers and the DC Defenders. So I'm taking DC. My team's not in it. We won it all last year. We won the championship last year.
And then they come right back to play.
I would love to see DC win it.
UFL
A football championship needs to come back to the nation's capital, without a doubt.
Malone on the return.
Oh, huge hit.
And he is met at the 25-yard line. A championship
So let's go
week here in
DC.
St. Louis has been great. As part of it, nearly 200 young athletes participated in a flag football camp hosted right here in St. Louis. And among those there, familiar faces, St. Louis natives, former XFL players, Jacoby Jones, Caleb Ellaby. Man, I'll tell you, flag football has grown so much, and it's just wonderful for the youth athletes who want to participate in the sport at a certain level.
Bryce Perkins got all the season accolades.
I think it's a great avenue. I played flag football
I
growing
feel
up
like,
far
yeah,
before I
Taylor
played
should
tackle
have the
football.
championship.
Great way to get introduced to the sport and take those hits off your body.
And you got the Olympics too, guys. Yeah, that's right, 2028 in LA.
Too many men in the huddle. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Michigan needs to gather
Too many
themselves
men in
right
the
now.
huddle.
Yeah, it's an important drive. Look, you're down 10 points, but Michigan is not a team that wants to throw the football all over the yard. They need to realize, hey, there's a lot of time left in this game. Run the football because that opens everything. But right now, you mentioned it. Their leader, Bryce Perkins, needs to just go, hey, guys, take a breath. We're fine. Done a great job of responding in adversity all year. This drive should be no different.
Bryce Perkins, the MVP of family and friends here in St. Louis to root him on. As he is pressured and he gets rid of the ball as he was in the midst of being brought down. So see what they rule here. They're ruling it an incomplete pass. It was Momo Sonogo who brought him down. Sam, you're with his family.
I'm here with Paul Perkins and Lynette, Bryce's parents. Miss Lynette, you're from the St. Louis area. How do you feel about the last play? Let's start with the last play.
Oh my God, which one? Are you talking about the fumble?
The fumble. Let's talk about the fumble.
I'm not very happy about that, but we have a lot of game left, so I'm optimistic.
And Paul, you have an NFL career, NFL experience. What would you tell your son in a moment like this?
Just, be calm, take one play at a time. We got a lot of game left, right? And just go out there and execute and let the guys make plays. Pretty simple.
You've seen him through ups, you've seen him through downs, talking about a broken neck in college. What does this moment mean for you?
It means a lot, because, he's developed in a manner of, the time that he's played, and he's developed as a quarterback. And he loves the game. And I'm proud and happy to see him excel.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you.
The second and 15, we tried to connect with Mariner.
Only in the UFL do you get to interview the quarterback's mom right after he's getting hit in the backfield on a pass play. It's great access.
Great family. His uncle is former Dallas Cowboys star, NFL pro Don Perkins. His brother was an excellent player as well.
And I'm here with Mom. She said, hey, come back when we're winning. That's it.
Third and 15 now for Bryce.
And
looking for an option.
To the
Trying to
right.
extend
He's
the
going
play.
to toss
Goes back
it.
against the
And
grain. It's incomplete.
hit the ground. So
Just wasn't enough magic with that DC threat
So the
pursuing.
Panthers are losing some steam here.
It's just a great example of what happens to this team when they're behind the sticks, when they're not good on first and second down. Look at DC. They're dropping everybody into coverage, filling up all the passing windows.
very
There's
well have
nowhere
a big
to go with the football for Bryce Perkins. That's why it's so important for this offense to get the run game going on early downs. It opens up everything else. Last couple downs, DC has stacked the box and taken that away.
All right.
Mickens on the return. As he shoots ahead out past the 45. The second straight 3 and out for Michigan.
Here we go. 10 personnel. Coney left, tight. Coney left, tight. Check to empty. 352. Space.
Here with Blake Williams, defensive coordinator. You guys have settled in a little bit, having some first and second down success. What were the adjustments made for the first quarter and a half?
I mean, the biggest adjustments was settling down. Just do your job with our eyes. We know the complication that the triple option RPO gives you, right? And you can't all of a sudden get so frustrated with a 3-yard gain or a 2-yard gain when we didn't have our eyes in the right place, and all of a sudden now, create an explosive play. So it was just settling in, back in on the game plan on that stuff. And the guys just said, we've got it, we own it, we've been through adversity before and locked in. Now we just got to keep doing what we're doing because you see the offense we're playing. Right?
Jenkins on the reception as he spins his way for a first
did he stay up?
Keeps his footing for even more.
Okay.
It
Looks
was
like his knee didn't go
Adonis
down.
Alexander, who's dealing with an injured hip. It was a game-time decision, who couldn't come up with the tackle.
Yeah,
Let's
look
get
at
that
the
replay,
space
though.
they're giving DC at the line of scrimmage. After you get it thrown over your head,
Yeah,
his
he never went down. He stood up.
Cover
Yeah, he's got some extra yards there.
He's all deep, keeping everything in front of him. But that's where Ta'amu can then just pick you apart.
So Jaden Mickens has 5 receptions for 125 yards and 1 touchdown. That's already insane.
First half for Mickens,
He already looks like he could be
125 yards.
but it's going to be
66-yard catch.
Ta'amu if they win. Undoubtedly.
Ta'amu.
Oh,
As
not a
the
good
pocket started to collapse and Ta'amu was brought down, Ron Stone Jr.
Gets back to
was able to get to
I
him.
mentioned pressure, right?
So
Kendrick Whitehead coming off the edge, special teams player of the year, but he's a really good nickelback. And just causing an issue in protection, which means one-on-ones on the opposite side, nowhere to go for Jordan Ta'amu. And that's what I mean. Make him make quick decisions under pressure.
So DC has the first
Found
2
some success
possession
so
lead
far
of
this
the
game doing that.
Get on, go, go, go. Ready, to go.
2nd and 10. Gets it out into
Chris
space
Rowland.
to Chris Rowland.
That's about 8 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 2.
Jordan Ta'amu told us the other day when we were all meeting with him, he said, Rowland's like having our quarterback out there. Just finds the open space. I feel like I can just always go to him, and you know we're going to get it.
Okay, spread left, 17 kick, pitch. Spread left, 17 kick, pitch. Go on right.
3rd and 3.
No. Medium, 17 kick, pitch. 11.
17 kick pitch. There's going to be some kind of quarterback power with the option to pitch it to
So
the
3rd and 3. Okay.
There was the option for the pitch, but instead
Jordan
Ta'amu
has the
drives
first
ahead, and with that, he should be right at that line to gain.
All right, no, we got 10. Here we go. Hey,
Let's
22
see.
lock squirrels. 22 lock squirrels. Spread right, spread right, spread right.
Stay 10. Stay 10.
So defenders are already in field goal range.
22 lock squirrels. But see, he changed the play call there after he realized it was a first down.
Yeah, we're not deep. At any point in time, you want to tip one cook, just get a bunch right there. You get this tip. Okay.
Jackson, look at that offensive
nice
line
scrum.
getting to work with just a little
Pushing the
extra bit
pile.
of drive.
That's like some
Sam?
Army
So
football
I'm here
there.
with defense coordinator Colin Bauer. Coach and getting ready to call the play, but what do you need to do to stop this offense?
Execute our big stuff better in the back end right now.
Talk about executing the big stuff. I saw on the sideline there were some busted assignments, simple busted assignments. Whether it's box coverage or
So
man-to-man,
second and
that's what's
6.
happening on the defensive side of the ball.
So we got
Second
2
and 6.
minutes 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
Are you ready to go?
Ta'amu
Take off.
stepping up.
Oh,
and
first
getting it
down.
complete for a first down.
Cornell Powell.
Cornell Powell, who had the touchdown catch earlier.
So about the 14-yard line.
Take it.
2-minute
DC
warning.
is on the move again, already with a 10-point lead. As this presentation of the UFL Championship will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
All right, so the 2-minute warning. DC leads 23-13.
If your grandpa wears one of these,
All right.
if your husband wears these on the weekend, if your mom wore this, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA membership for the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who served. Count on us. Count on USAA. See if you can join USAA today.
You love AFP. Yes! Get ready for AFP.
It's America's funniest people.
Hot dog.
Hosted by Alfonso Ribeiro and Allison Hannigan. An AFP special, Sunday on ABC.
Richmond Ivy women's soccer wins 5-0.
Hello there. I'm Ryan Reynolds. I want to introduce you to nature's benchwarmers. Get ready for the underdogs. You tell them, Green Day. I'm here for these guys. Now it's their time to shine.
Let's see what's going on in the CFL. Any of y'all follow the CFL? Because AJ Ouellette, yeah.
Good morning.
Jeez.
Hello. Wherever we are, it feels like home. Oh, yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together
Good morning.
and brighten your morning.
The reviews are in, and guess what?
Late night.
You're a very handsome man.
Never looked so good.
I'm flattered, and I couldn't agree more. What is wrong with you? Ready to be dazzled?
I love the opening monologue. You've got balls, dude.
Oh, thanks.
It's such a beautiful environment here.
This place is a fan. You guys are fantastic. Yeah.
I see you, Jimmy.
I really like it. Can I go now? Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC. David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, the most watched newscast in America, and honored with the Emmy Award, winner for Outstanding Live News Program.
Listen up, guys. They got 3 explosive plays for touchdowns, guys, on things we do. On things we do. They didn't do jack. They did nothing. All right, we gave them 3 already. All right, on a 2 swap, on a middle read, on a half safety, and then what was the last one down there? Listen, guys, don't quit giving people gifts. You got me? Do your job and do it right. If you want to win this son of a, better get on it. All right, that's all they get. Hey, come on, y'all.
Yo, bro is pissed.
Well, here are the 3 explosive plays.
I mean, with good reason.
Mike Noel and the Michigan head coach so upset.
Yeah, coverage bus, right? Guys not running with the seam when you know that's your man. Guys with their eyes in the wrong spots, leaving a corner out wide open in the end zone. These are things, they're not one-on-one great plays where you just won. These are plays where Michigan has been out of position. And Mike Nolan, we had a great conversation with him last week. We saw some of this fire on the sideline. That's not normally his personality. His wife actually told him, hey, you need to be a little more fiery on the sideline. You need to talk to those guys.
Hey,
He's more of a less is more guy, but finding his moments to really hit home with his defense and try to get him to change.
2 minutes at halftime, DC. Abram Smith. And Smith gets it down to the 5-yard line. Right now, he needs that Michigan defense to stand up here.
Turbo.
He's at the 5-yard line for a second.
Turbo there, quick to the line.
Here we go.
DC is threatening to score again.
2nd and 1.
We're good. Ready? We go.
Jackson.
And Jackson for the
Right to the
touchdown.
end zone.
Too easy.
Deion Jackson. The DC defenders are rolling in this first half.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be 29-13 now. With 1 minute 30 seconds left in the second.
Right half on the 5. Michigan just does not have an answer for the deep shots or the quarterback zone read game. They're doing a great job of mixing up the read guy for Jordan Ta'amu each and every time. And Michigan out of position seemingly every time they call it.
Ready? We go.
All right, they're going for 2. Abram
They
Smith.
go end around.
Jaden Mickens throws it to Te'amu. It was basically a Philly special. So it's 31-13.
What little Philly special. Back
Wow.
to the touchdown. Watch the read guy's going to.
It was basically a Philly special.
Here.
It was a
Jordan
DC
Thomas
special.
going to see that. He's going to hand it out to
District
the
special.
outside. 1 block, great cut. And Deion Jackson over the top for the touchdown. Like I mentioned, they're changing up the guy that Jordan Ta'amu's reading. Sometimes it's the defensive end. Sometimes it's the B-gap player. Sometimes it's the secondary force player. Right now, Michigan is just completely unsure of what's going on. This is the Philly special. You knew Fred Kies was going to dial up something in this game. Jordan Ta'amu has a touchdown reception earlier in the year, this time with a conversion. And Shannon Harris, Coach of the Year. They're going to get rid of that interim tag if they haven't already. It's history.
I can't help but think of something Shannon Harris said earlier tonight when we were interviewing him about, hey, Jordan Ta'amu didn't get Offensive Player of the Year, didn't get MVP. The team was offended by that. The team, right? 294 total yards in the first half and a 31-13 lead as Malone gets it out to the 25. This was Harris earlier.
Yeah, Shannon Harris.
Yeah, you could hear the team chanting, "Take the tag off." That's when he won the Buddy Tevens Coach of the Year. Of course, it honors Buddy Tevens, a longtime head coach at Dartmouth, who is truly one of the most exceptional leaders that the sport has ever had. The late, great Buddy Tevens, and congratulations to Shannon Harris.
Toa gained about 5 yards on that.
Shannon Harris, rightfully so, credited Reggie Barlow with the foundation that he laid that this team has taken.
Rolling out. He's got a wide open man. Turner. Malik Turner shakes off a defender. He's got a big gain. He's still on his feet. That's a touchdown. Oh my gosh. What an answer.
Malik Turner.
What an answer.
You got a guy down. Brian, you got a player down.
I got to know better than to talk while Bryce Perkins has the football. I mean, that man. You got cramps?
Flag.
Is special. There's a flag on the field. Got a man down way behind the play.
All right.
But that is vintage Bryce Perkins.
I can hear you. After the play, personal foul. Number 24 defense. Okay, so that's going to go on the try. Okay, so we're going to talk to Coach Nolan. Tell him this.
Oh, I'm going for three. I'm going for three. Going for three. Going for three on the 2-yard line. It'll be on the 2.
After the play, personal foul. Defense number 24. That foul will be enforced for the try. It'll be a 3-point try from the 2-yard line.
Oh.
As it was a scoring play, neither team will be charged a timeout for the injured players.
Now, here's what's interesting. Because in the UFL, you have 1.2 point, 3-point conversions based on the 2, the 5, and the 10-yard line.
So this 3-point conversion.
This will actually be a 3-point conversion play by Michigan. So Michigan with the opportunity to have a
I don't know if I've seen a 3-point conversion all year.
possession here.
This would be a heck of a time
Which
to
would
get.
also pull this into a 1-score game then, because they could get a touchdown 3-point conversion before half. Hugely important points here for Michigan.
And Malik Turner just really put the team on his back there.
There's a challenge flag coming in from DC. You know what's absolutely wild? You want to know how wild of a first half we have had? How electric of a first half of this UFL championship game we've had. And if they get this 3-point conversion, the over hits. We're already over the total over-under. Let's listen in to the Verizon Command Center.
Yes. I'm on the Skycam. Yeah, holding 61. Okay, so we're looking at a hold, potential hold on 61.
Ooh,
He's
that
got
is
good
a smart
feet.
challenge.
There is
that's a hold.
A grab. I don't see a ton of restriction. Quarterback is already out of the pocket at that point. Then he keeps his feet moving. I just don't see a material restriction here. Again, this is my best look. No material restriction. Ryan, after further review, the ruling on the field stands. There is no hold on number 61.
After further review, the rules on the field that there is not holding on the play stands. DC will be charged their second timeout, and they will have no challenges for the remainder of the game.
So again, if you're new to the UFL, you can challenge anything on the field that wasn't called. I think Dean did a great job of walking through that, because was there a little bit of a hold or a tug? Yes, but did it affect the entirety of the play? No. And the bar is really high to where the guy would have made a play. That is a great no call on review by Dean, in my opinion.
Now keep in mind, DC was absolutely rolling, and then Perkins comes up with the magical 71-yard touchdown to Malik Turner, and now because of the penalty, this is a
three-point conversion from the two.
Conversion.
This will be a big stand by DC if they can get this. And it's no good.
And they're going to come up short. So the score will be 31-19. But when they
DC defense stands tall.
Bryce Perkins finds Malik Turner.
And this is why he won the MVP. It's plays like this, the ability to create off schedule, get outside the pocket, make plays downfield. Malik Turner did a great job, too, of staying alive and keeping his eyes on his quarterback, because you never know when Bryce is going to leave the pocket. You never know where he's going to throw it. And Malik Turner did the rest. Had a big touchdown catch and run last week.
76 yards last week in the conference championship game.
He's a playmaker. Guy that played a long time in the NFL, 44 games in the NFL. He's been their X factor so far in this playoff run on the outside.
He's had a long, good pro career. Malik Turner,
will
his
get the ball
first
to
pro
start the
touchdown
second
catch came from Russell Wilson with the Seahawks in 2019. And now in back-to-back weeks, he has come up huge. Had a 76-yarder last week, a 71-yarder in this wild first half of a UFL championship game.
Tess, we still got 49 seconds.
I know.
There could be a couple
Oh
more
my
touchdowns.
God. They
And a sloppy play there on the return by Mickens
DC's
and
own
Roland
defenders
So
collided
here
with
with
one
Malik
another.
Turner, I just have one question. How?
Well, Bryce was scrambling through a late pass, and I had a lot of room to work with. Just made a play.
Back-to-back weeks with big plays. What does that play mean for your team?
We got a lot of ball to play, a lot of ball left. We know what we're capable of. We got the right guys on this team to get the job done. That's all we're going to do is get the job done.
Thanks, Malik.
He got the job done. It was amazing in the Big Ten at Illinois. Top 10 in school history with catches there and receiving yards there. Now the final 46 seconds. DC with a 12-point lead. Ta'amu quickly to the outside to Braylon Sanders.
And think about how big that touchdown was. It was 31-13, and DC gets the ball in the second half. I mean, with a chance to completely blow this game out of reach. Instead, Michigan and Bryce Perkins play the game so far.
This game's already been going for
back
2
to
hours.
a 12-point lead just before half, with a chance to get to the locker room with a little boost of confidence.
Are you ready? To go.
He gets it to Mickens on second down.
Result of the play is a first down out of bounds. It was a fumble.
One timeout for DC remains.
It was recovered by an out-of-bounds player. It's a first down.
Out of bounds.
Watch the end of this play here.
Mickens just trying to get out of bounds. That
Ball does come out.
Definitely comes out. Adonis Alexander popped it out. Mickens, great job.
Mickens got it back, yeah.
I mean, Alexander's rolling on the ball. Yes.
Guys, I was standing right on top of it. It was like an arm came out of nowhere and just pulled the ball back up.
Are you ready? To go.
Ta'amu on first down.
Oh, he's swinging it. Oh my God, he's wide open.
Right into the hands of
It's Ty Scott. That's a touchdown for DC.
this UFL championship game.
Oh my God.
Knockout punch after knockout punch. Back and forth they go.
That was like 70 yards. 73-yard touchdown. Oh my God.
73 yards.
Ta'amu is going off. Holy crap. So we got a 37-19 game here in the first half.
They run the same play that Mickens got a touchdown on earlier in the game. Remember the switch route where the
This
safeties
still
got
just
messed
totally
up?
beats
They
last
run
year's
that same play. And this time, both safeties
Or
paid
last year,
attention
the
to
first
those two
points
guys,
didn't
and
even come
nobody
until like the
paid
last
attention
2
on the
minutes of the
outside
first
to
half
Ty
last
Scott,
year.
who was back from injury, remember. First game
This
back
is
from
like
injury.
actually insane.
He was hurt in the
Oh my
middle of
God,
April.
DC
He was their
might put
number
up like
one
60.
receiver. I mean, there is so many
And they're going to
playmakers
go
on the
for 2
outside
and
for
they
Jordan
get
Ta'amu.
39.
Jordan Ta'amu has 320 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns in this first half.
Oh.
And the conversion is no good looking for Sanders. He also had the 4th down
complete. That was
rushing
really loud.
touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Watch this. You're going to have these switch routes right here. Now, I want
Yeah,
you to pay
he swung
attention
that.
to
And they get the
these
ball
two
back at half.
safeties right here.
Michigan's going to have some work to do.
They're worried about those two guys and nobody on the outside with Ty Scott. One-on-one with D. Delaney, who, remember, they signed a week and a half ago. D. Delaney's a really good player, but has not been in this defense long. He's in the wrong coverage, right? He's pointing to the safety. Someone's messed up there. And you cannot leave a blade of grass for Jordan Ta'amu, let alone 5 yards of cushion for Ty Scott, 50 yards downfield. That's on the money.
How good was that ball?
That's it. He hasn't missed tonight. I mean, he has been unreal, 16 of 20. He has been perfect throwing the football downfield as expected.
Jordan Ta'amu, the former Ole Miss Rebel star, 320 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and a conversion caught. Loops.
Yeah, just having a discussion here between Shannon Harris, head coach, and Jordan Ta'amu. What was the discussion prior to that series? Get a couple of short ones, get some yardage, and then maybe take a shot? I mean, how aggressive did you plan on being there?
I mean, our goal is to score every time we get the ball. So no matter how many seconds are left on the clock, we're going to go down and score. And O-line did a great job protecting. Receivers made a great route concept, and Ty came down with it. So it was awesome.
All right, get that ball coming up. Third quarter, man. More fireworks?
Yes, sir. More fireworks. We're not done yet. Hey, we're not done yet.
All right, you got the MVPs on my team.
You just heard Riley Moore, the tight end, said, "Thank God the MVP's on my team." I am telling you, the team was offended.
Oh, yeah.
That Jordan Ta'amu did not get the MVP award for the UFL. Instead, it's this man, Bryce Perkins, who had an excellent year for Michigan. But I think that is the motivation today. That is the factor that you see DC playing at this level with this edge. Perkins, boy, he had a lot of pressure as the pocket was collapsing on him as he tried to get it to Gunnar
18
Oaks.
seconds left.
Derek Roberson all over him. Malik Fisher as well. This is one of the best defensive fronts, pass rushers in the
If
UFL.
I'm
across the
DC, I
board.
have not taken my foot off the
DC's got
gas.
Roberson,
Just keep
they got Joe Wallace, they
keep
got Andre
scoring.
Mintz. 3 guys that all
keep
could have been
stacking the
defensive
points.
player of the year.
Second half.
They gave it to Dalapenu of St. Louis, but
This could
this is a
still, like,
situation where
honestly, just be
Michigan
anybody's
and
game.
DC know they got to throw the football. And that's not what you want to be in against this
All right,
defense.
they're going to take a knee. And that's going to do it.
We set it up earlier. We
DC
said
37, Michigan 19
under
at halftime.
today of 52.5. We got 37-19 as our score at the half. Sam?
Here with head coach Mike Nolan. Coach Nolan, how can you slow down this DC offense?
You know, it's struggle bust in the coverage game. I mean, nothing's designed to give up that kind of big plays. We got to put a stop to it. If we don't, obviously we're gonna lose the football game. Down by 18 points, so in our
So
scoring system,
56
we're
at
still 2
halftime.
touchdowns
They've already
away.
covered the point spread. The over is 52.5.
Thanks so much, Coach.
We just
over
hit
you.
56
Thank you, Sam. Coach, obviously you've got a great first half performance here, but you've got a chance to put your foot on the throat of this opponent. What's the message?
Yeah, I mean, the job requires more. You know, this game's not over with. That's a really good football team, well-coached football team. They got the MVP, the UFL, all UFL team guy. I mean, he's Offensive Player of the Year. He's that for a reason, right? So, but we can't let up offensively, defensively, special teams. We got to keep doing it, you know, as a team, as a group. So we do that, come out the second half. We get the ball when we come back out. We got to make sure we put some points on the board some kind of way when we come out and get the ball.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Shannon Harris's team at the end of the first quarter trailed Michigan. Michigan was up 13-6. It's halftime and it's 37-19.
Practically a
A
final score.
live performance by the Black Moves here at the UFL Championship game coming up at the half.
right. Very exciting first half. So I'm going to go ahead and end my stream now. So I gotta have some preparations for work tomorrow. Thank you to all you guys who tuned in, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. And hopefully some of y'all are watching this. So yeah. Anyways, have a great night, y'all, and we'll see who wins. Still anybody's game. Good night, you guys.